Okay, let's try this again. Let's start over for the day. It is Saturday, April 27th, 2024. I am coming to you from my home here in Sterling, Virginia. We're gonna do some programming. We're working on GeoSketch. So what I was doing was I was trying to add two radio buttons to see if they somehow magically get grouped together. The only way I could imagine them getting grouped together like this, though, is if they. What happened? What happened? Is if somehow the grouping was done by alignment, right? So, and okay, all right. So wait, I added two buttons, but I added them at the same height. Okay, so let's just do this. This plus test one dot height plus 5. So they should be under each other at this point. Let's try that. Let's try this to see if that works. But it looked like, oh wait, what happened? Game has no member. What happened? What happened? What do you mean? That compiled like a second ago. I literally. Okay. Oh, okay. 60. Okay. Okay. Those were warnings, I think. That was weird. All right. So here we go. We go over here. Go over the new game. Oh, that was okay. But you can see how the okay. I really want to get this working now. Why are the radio buttons on top of each other? So you have test one, test two. Ah, they have the same button name. Ah, I see what the problem is. I see because it was this plus height plus. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's see if this does the trick. All right. All right, we got our little debug window over here. We're loaded up. I wish I could get the game to start on the same screen. Okay, so at least we have. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh. See, look. Okay, okay, I see what the problem is. So what happens is I have checked. I must be setting these set checked true. All right, I see what the issue is. I see what's going on now. For some reason, I think we're going to have to live with the drop down. I don't want to live with the drop down, but I think that's just I think that's the way the game is going to have to look. If it has a drop down button for the mode of the game, right? Because okay, so this is more or less what I wanted. So look, easy. Now, what if I want to click this? See, if I click that, see these need to be two different groups of radio buttons, but I don't know how to. As far as I can tell, there is no way in TGUI. There's no like set group or set widget name or anything like that. So I think what we're gonna have to, I think we're just gonna have to live with the drop down. And I want to make it a little bit wider. Where is this? It set create combo box TGUI. Yes, add item. So let's make it a little bit wider. Let's make it 480. And we'll take it from there. If anybody knows how to get TGUI to have multiple radio button groups on the same page, let me know because I would much prefer that this be a radio button. But it's not. So from here, like I tested this before, and you can see if we kind of put things over here, like if we do medium and then we do timed mode, and I start the game, and that should say difficulty medium, game type timed. And then if I come back over here and I do another new game, let's say expert mode on free, our expert level free mode, then difficulty expert, game type free. So we're passing the settings down to we're passing the settings down to the game object just fine. Let me see. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So remember what we talked about, right? We talked about we have free mode. So I actually did I had an idea for a third mode. So let's think about this. Free mode. What would free mode gives you a country free I feel like we need a wiki. Okay. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can come over here and we can create the first wiki page and say yay. Okay. Game mode types, right? So actually let's make this 3. Okay, game mode types. So we have free mode. What does free mode do? Free mode, well, let's look at time mode. I'm trying to think of how to word this. Time mode. Time mode gives you X amount of time to draw as many countries as you can. Free mode is just like practice, right? Free mode would just be draw as many countries as you want with no time limit. There was another one. What was the other one I thought of? There was one other mode I thought of, and now I can't remember what it was. It was free mode. There, okay, so you have the one where it just shows you a country and you draw it and it gives you the score. It shows you a country, you draw it, and gives you a score. Time mode is the same thing, but there's a timer. It's timing down, and when it gets to the end, that is your score. That's the end. That's what you get. Time mode, free mode. There was one other. There was another one I thought of, and I can't remember what it was. Well, maybe there should be countdown mode. And so time mode is where it's counting down. Maybe the other mode should be where it's counting up, right? So you can spend as much time as you want, but you're trying to do it as quickly as possible. So this so this is like countdown timer mode. This has a countdown timer, whereas the mode I just described is counting up. So it's not. So this is almost like countdown mode, right? Countdown mode, whereas this is timer mode or timed mode. No countdown, right? Instead, this mode times you. Times how long it takes to draw a country. Okay. So I think these are the 3, because then now I just had another idea where like maybe you have to draw a country within a certain accuracy. I don't know. I think these are good. Countdown mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add timed mode, or I'm going to add countdown mode, but I'm going to add a link to the wiki so that we don't forget about it. So that when I come back here in like a month and I'm like, what the hell? What are these different modes that I actually have? That I actually know what I'm doing. What happened? So this would be there's timed mode and countdown mode. Countdown. Okay. Now we have that, but we need to add it to the enum, right? Because we have get selected. So there's free, there's timed. We can add with time. Okay. Timed is not countdown. You got to remember that. Timed is not countdown. Countdown. Okay. So now we have 3 of these. So let's do a switch. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. I like. So the AI was able to complete this for me like I wanted it to. One thing that I have been doing lately in like the past couple years is I have with switch statements, and I just started doing this maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, fairly recently. For whatever reason, I have started preferring to have the default option in switch statements as the first option. Or as, I'm sorry, as the first one listed. I'm still looking over here like the camera. As the first one listed. Let's put the camera over here so it's kind of right. Let's just put it there. No, that's not good. That's not good. Ugh. There we go. Right there. Okay. So I've been putting default as the first option listed in my code, and I don't know why, but I prefer it that way for some reason. All right, so let's. Oh wait, we need to add. I think all I did was I added. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Stop compiling. Just stop. Let me get back to work. Oh, and then the game runs. I added conversions for the strings. Where did I add that? I think it was in GameEngine.cpp where I added converting enum to yeah, and there we go. We have the AI fixes it for me. Where I convert the enum to a string, so that way it should get converted easily enough when we start a game. So let's try that. Okay, apparently the exe is still running. We've had this problem before, remember? Oh wait. Okay, it looks like it got fixed. All right. Trying to remember I'm trying to remember what we did though when we had that issue. Remember, we had an issue where the exe, we had to kill the process. Is that what we did? But we couldn't find it, or something weird was going on. Okay, so we should have countdown mode here. Hard countdown mode. Oh, wait a minute. That said medium. Didn't I say hard? Let's try that again. Hard countdown mode. That still says medium. That still says medium. We have a bug. Easy medium. Why is that saying medium? Okay, let's take a look at why. Game select screen. Combo box. Where am I getting new game settings? New game settings. Where am I even set? Okay, difficulty set here. Ah, okay. So difficulty is set with. It's set in a click. Difficulty. Here's the problem. Hard, but it's set to medium. So I'm assuming I have the enum defined already. This is why. Now look, the chances of me catching that would have been slim. This is why, because this is why programmers don't test their own code, because you get into tunnel vision when you're writing something. You get tunnel vision in the way that you're using it. And it's very difficult to test your own code because testing requires other modes of operation. And when you have tunnel vision, it is very difficult to use what you have written in a different mode of operation. So countdown hard, that should be hard and game time countdown. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's change that. We have a couple of little changes here. Nothing too major. Maybe before we actually commit our changes, one thing we'll do is make this combo box bigger, right? Well, set text size. Maybe we can just set the text size smaller. So it's 60. Let's set it to 48. Now, a lot of the UI, I just want to save for later. Like, I don't even want to, like, right now, I'm just like, I don't care that the UI doesn't look too pretty. As long as it's functional, that's more or less what I care about. So let's see. New game. Okay. It's still getting cut off a little bit. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So it was text size 48. Let's make it 36. Let's see what we can do with size 36. Hopefully it'll look good enough for us to just continue on. All right, new game. that looks perfect. This looks good. I don't know why the hover hides it, probably because it's a... If we change the background, I guess. But anyway, expert, free mode, start. Okay. There's one more thing I wanted to do. One more thing I needed to test out. I'm wondering if I properly quit the game with it over here. I don't think that's going to do it. I was wondering if I properly quit the game with the game on this monitor, will the game start back up on that monitor? But no, it doesn't like save screen position or anything. Okay. So we've got a good little menu. We've got the drawing screen that kind of works. We can start a timer here like this. But let's think about the different modes. Let's start with free mode, because free mode is going to be the easiest. The trick here is that what we have to do, we're going to have functionality, or procedure is going to be... I'm trying to think and talk. Procedure is going to be variable, right? Depending on the mode of the game is going to depend the behavior. And how exactly do you represent that within a screen? Like that's a tricky part, right? Because we want something that's also going to be able to, that we're going to be able to easily add to as well. That we're going to be able to modify. Let's see. Let's just put this, and this. I think these are all basic changes. Medium, fix the bug, move some stuff around there. That one's good. I think this is just changes to the game engine, changes to the enum. Yeah, we just added that. And then changes to the O-stream. Yeah. O-stream. O-stream. Okay. I don't know what that was. Okay. Changes to game selection screen. All right. And then we will go ahead and push these, of course. Sweet. Now, if we run the game, what we really want is... What was that message? It was telling me something. All right, never mind. Okay. Where'd this game screen go? Okay. Excuse me. So, if we were in free mode, well, easy, medium, and hard. Okay, I know what we can do. Because the thought here was that easy would give you a big grid. Medium would give you a smaller grid. Hard would give you an even smaller grid. And then expert, I was thinking expert would have no grid at all. So what we could do is we could get rid of the grid lines. But we would still have it would still be a tiny grid, but we would just get rid of the grid lines. So it would be the same grid size as hard with no grid lines. So let's do that, and then I might call it a day after that. I know we just got here, but let's see. Game screen. So game screen is where but there is a tile manager which this is responsible for all the drawing and all the math. And yeah. So when you draw a tile, let's see, tile manager. Now, I haven't looked at this code since I originally wrote it. Probably, I remember I wrote a lot of this code when I was in Chile. And I was in Chile last year in July. So it's been almost a year since I've written this. So it's been a while. I remember doing a lot of math and trying to figure out things, trying to get, drawing that grid was not easy. It's not easy to do. So I'm hoping that getting rid of the little lines in between is not a big deal. So this is the setup draw. So what I do is I just draw a tile object, which is in the tile container. I'm pretty sure tile container is just holding tiles. But let's go look at the header file. So here we have tile manager. Here is tile. So maybe something position. I wonder, okay, so this is drawing a rectangle. I wonder if I just do, for now, if I just do this, will this draw nothing, but will it draw the rectangle when I'm actually like pressing the mouse button down and want to draw? That, because this is just drawing a shape. So if we eliminate the drawing of the shape, that might work. One thing, let's see. Okay, we come over here, new game, medium. All right. Oh. Okay. It was not drawing. I was hoping it would draw, like, you know, when you push the mouse button down and you fill it in, like, and it fills in the square. I was hoping it would draw that, but it didn't. The reason it's not is because because so the default, if I eliminate the draw, oh, wait a minute, let's see, set color, reset color. Where's reset color? Where's reset color? Is there, oh, drawable. Must be undrawable. Oh wait, that's a, what is that? Is that SFML? That's an SFML thing. I don't think reset color is there. Where's reset color? Okay. If selected, God, I got to be able to do better than I you know, so one of the things that I've been looking at in the past year is branchless programming, right? Ways to do things like this, like if selected and if hovered, ways to do things like that without if statements. And like a big trick is like what I see in a lot of programming. You'll see something like if condition, then x equals 0, right? But you can actually just do x equals condition. Like let's say, let's say if condition are if number equals 1, 2, 3, you can actually just do if number equals 1, 2, 3, then x equals 0, where you can actually just do x equals number equals 1, 2, 3. And what this does is it sets it to the evaluation, and now there is a cast in there. It's going to cast the bool to a integer, assuming x is an integer, but that overall should be cheaper than a branch, than a jump statement. At least I think. Sure, yeah. So let's. I'm tempted to test that. Let's test it. Where's Godbolt? No, that's not the Godbolt I want. Okay. So what I want to do, we can actually just do it here. So if I do x equals 1, if num equals 1, 2, 3, then x equals 0. And then what we can do is we'll just have a different version. So what I'm doing is I'm just using this little utility down here because this utility website, which is a great website. So what it does is it lets you type in C++ code on one side, and then you can actually see the assembly code in line. So X, I'm going to do, oh, but wait, this is different. I was going to do this. I was going to do that, but that's actually different logic, right? Because if that's true, well, actually, in this case, it works out. Okay, so so they both. Da, da, da. Wow, the jump version is actually smaller, but why is that? Is that misleading? Is it really smaller? Let me see. Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe all this branchless programming that I've been doing is not. What if we put on optimizations, right? We need to. Do we have Okay, so this is GCC. So I think O3 is a How do you do optimizations in? I forget how to specify optimizations in isn't it dash O3 would be like the highest level of optimization. O1, O2? Huh. All right, maybe everything I have learned about life is wrong. Maybe it's just wrong. Maybe everything I've ever known is just a lie. That could be it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's going on. Everything I've known is a lie. Okay. The point is, though, that the way we're drawing it, we have to draw it because we set the fill color. If hovered, set. So how to do this? Basically, what we want a set fill color, a default, but we want the actual color itself to be, we want the rectangle itself to be, okay, see right here, see where it says outline and outline thickness? We want this outline thickness to be 0. So let's try that theory. So like if I try this and I do this, let's go here. So if I set the outline thickness to 0, will that work? That should work. Because we're still drawing it, right? I uncommented out the code. Yeah, still drawing. Oh, wait a minute. Now I need to make sure I'm drawing on tile. Where's tilemanager.h? Okay, here we go. Come over here, come over here. Ah, that's what I want, but I want that to be variable. I only want it on expert mode. So we know how to do it now, right? And it should be pretty easy. All we need to do is, what is this? This is a float. So we pass this, a float, outline, thickness. Oh yeah, we want that outline to be thick. All right, let's get over here, and then we got to change this here. And rightfully so, we're going to get a compiler error because we want the compiler to tell us where we have to, where we're creating the tile object, which is, you know, convenient, and then we can just fix it. So let's try that. What is this? All right. Okay, overload takes 2 arguments, and then so we're creating okay, so this is happening because we're creating like like unique pointers or something like that. But so we need to go back a little further. Where is the error? Okay, tile manager 71. Yeah, we're doing to make shared. So tile manager grid size, map size, anchor, window. Jesus. So now we got to pass it through the tile manager. But I do know tile manager is okay. So what we'll do is we're going to be naive about this. We're going to do a naive approach. Float, outline, size. We're going to add it to tile manager. So this comes over here. Tile manager here. And then come over here. Come on. So now at least we can pass outline size from tile manager down to the tile right here. Now I think we're still going to have 2 compiler errors. Maybe only 1. I don't know. I don't know that we're creating tiles in another place. So we're only going to have 1 more error where tile manager is going to be complaining that like, yo, give me this. Like, where is this? Yeah, right here. So we have the game settings object here already, so that's handy. So we know we can do auto float. Oh wait, no, not auto float. That doesn't make any sense. Auto outline size equals 0.5f. But if it's a setting though, settings difficulty. Okay, the AI is kind of close, but not exactly. It's close enough. I mean, it's close enough that we can, easily fill in what it needs. So if it's expert mode, then 0, otherwise 5. So this should, and then we pass in this here. All right, we should be good now. Let's make sure we're good. I feel so wonky. This is the problem. Like you start programming and then you have a code base. Even if it's a code base that's maybe a few hundred lines in size, then you get into these situations where you're just like, that feels wonky. That feels wonky. Is that just me? Maybe I'm just a bad programmer. I think that might be it. Okay, let's see. We come down here, new game. So if I have X, so let's test the existing. So here I still have my lines and they're very thin. Very good. Now if I come over to expert mode, oh, what happened there? I see a better way to do this where it feels less wonky. All right, so we set the case. Will AI fill this in? Really, AI? Okay, there we go. Thank you, AI. But I want this to actually be the same. But what I want is I want outline size to be 0. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I have a lot to do today. I have to cut the... Mainly, I have to cut the grass. Mostly what I have to do today is cut the grass. Wait, what happened? Okay, Griddle. Did I change all of this? Outline size still gets defined. So it's here. So if it's expert mode, all right, let's play the game. So if it's expert mode, the griddle size should be the same, but the outline size is different. Okay. All right, let's try it. So we have hard, which we know that works. New game, expert. Outline size, outline size. Did I not set it in Tile Manager? Is it not? Let's see, outline size here. Tile Manager, outline size. Outline size. Outline size. How many times can you say outline size? Outline size. I might not be setting it in the frickin' tile itself. Let's see. Outline thickness. Oh, I'm not. Oh, wait, am I? Oh, yeah. I got to set it in the tile itself. I forgot that. Right here. Okay, let's try that. Let's see how this goes. If this works, we're going to check it in and call it a day because I am getting hungry. I'm going to get some breakfast and I got to go cut the grass. And I want to cut the grass early. Get that over with. Okay, expert mode. Okay. And I can draw. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, what country am I drawing? Let's try it. Let's take this on a test run. Okay, what country is this? We got over here. Come on, you know what country this is. Everybody knows what country this is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That is an expert drawing if I've ever seen one. Okay, what country? Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of another country I can draw that like I know offhand. Um, hmm. I mean, I would be better at states. Like what? Like everybody knows what state this is. All right. Like, I mean, that's not what it looks like. That is a state. Okay, maybe it should be more like this. No, not quite. It should be more like this down here, and then like that, like something like that. You know? Okay, maybe not quite. Um, One thing we can do, is we can maybe because as I was just doing this, as I was just using this and like kind of like pretending to play, one thing I could maybe do. Escape shouldn't start a new game. Escape should clear the screen. Because what I want, because if people like, let's imagine people are like playing this like competitively. Okay, let's say this just gets really popular and people are playing competitively. What I want is them to be able to draw really fast, and then hit the space bar to submit it. But maybe if they need to start over really quickly, they hit escape. So escape would be clear. In which case that brings up, well, how do you escape the game itself, right? Or how do you escape the screen? Maybe escaping the screen should actually require clicking a little button that says quit. So let's look at it again. So again, if we come over here, so you would be playing, you would draw your state, which I'm telling you, it's a state. But if you messed up, instead of coming over to click clear, maybe what you want to do instead is you want to hit the escape button. In which case, how do you exit the game? Or exit the screen at least. And maybe that would require like a button. You click a button somewhere, like a exit game button. The escape should be pretty easy. The only problem is let's see. Let's try this again. Where we can just put the exit button down here, right? Or an X, just put an X somewhere. I don't know about that. Because I worked really hard to put that escape in there. No, I didn't. It was actually really easy to do. And also, we got to remember that like maybe having the grid lines for a hard maybe people don't want or need the grid lines. Maybe people aren't going to want them. What state is that? Anybody? But if we go back to the wiki, okay, so we did this. This is terrible. Okay, so I actually do know Markdown. I use Markdown quite often. I don't know why my Markdown was so terrible in this. We could do something like in-game keyboard shortcuts. No, not X. Escape. Clear current drawing. Right? That's what I was saying. But I really want to wait. But I really like being able to exit things with just, no, we're going to have to make it a button press. We're going to have to make exiting a button press. It's not that big of a deal, right? I think I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than it is. But we'll do that next time. I am starving. I'm going to go get some food. Wait, what happened? No, I didn't want to unstage that one. Okay, this. All right, I just want to make sure everything looks good. It's outline thickness. That looks good. And then we pass the outline thickness to the tile manager. We do everything on the tile manager to say yes. And then the green screen comes, or game screen, not the green screen. The game screen comes over here and sets everything. So let's go ahead and push that. Outline thickness for expert mode. Now, again, like I said, it might end up being that like the outline is somehow detrimental. I don't know. So maybe we'll get rid of it. But I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to get some breakfast. Sorry, it was kind of convoluted that, you know, that I had to start the stream and then end the stream and then restart it. But whatever. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, be sure to click and subscribe. See you then.